Hi guys, how you doing? Just a wee quick video. I was out today doing my kind of weekly shop, as it were, and I came across these um, barbecue firelighters. Now, granted, they're only £1 for the back shop. Apologies for my sniffling, guys, don't panic, it's not grown, it's actually hay fever. I got my partner, it's her birthday today, so I got her a bouquet of flowers, and there's pollen everywhere, so I need to get her in kind of dust everything, so I apologise if I bust into a sneezing fit. Don't worry, do have the hankies to catch it, kill it, bin it, all that stuff. It's just the hay fever's got me. I don't have any antihistamines because I wasn't expecting it this early in the year. So, as I was saying, with regards to these, they call it non-toxic wood, wool and wax. Easy to use. I'll show you what they look like. It's basically it's like a rolled up shaving coated in wax. So you can see them here, guys. Yeah, I've all seen them before. It's basically like a solidified piece of wood with wee kind of fine bits for catching sparks and whatever you're using in a lighter. And that got me thinking that I picked them up because they were £1. I thought I'd give them a wee try. But normally what I actually do is I make my own fire starters. Now, very, very, very simple. A lot of guys, there's probably hundreds of thousands of videos on this, but I just thought I would do a wee daft video. Again, just to break the boredom of the kind of isolation lockdown after my weekly shop, so there was nothing left much for me to do. I've tidied the house more times than I care to remember, which is, I'm sure probably a lot of you. I've actually started work on making planters for my front garden using decking that somebody round the corner was throwing away, so I spoke to them and obviously got the timber and the wood and things. Sorry, I digress, I do apologise. So, when I'm making my homemade kind of fire starters, guys, it's very, very, very simple to do. Sorry, excuse me for a wee second, I'm just going to stabilise the camera a bit there. It's just a bit wonky. Any of that, it's just my eyes watering again. Excuse me for a wee second, guys, I'm just... Hay fever, the curse is real, the curse is real. I'll step off camera for this one. Oh. And into the bin. Sorry guys, I do apologise for that. So making firelighters, very, very, very easy, very easy. The main things I use are wee milk saucepan or pot or whatever. A wee old enamel plate, set of tongs, some cheap candles you can get from anywhere, pound shop, IKEA, wherever you want to go, and these are makeup pads, or makeup pad remover, sorry, or makeup removing pads, however you pronounce it. Basically it is literally a round piece of cotton, ruffled on one side, so I take it that must be the abrasive side for using to get your nail varnish off or your makeup. As you can tell guys, I don't wear a lot of makeup, thankfully. So, simple way of doing it. I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs, guys, you've probably already kind of watched videos like this. You take the wee saucepan, pot, whatever, put it on. Normally what I do is, because of the size of the pot, I used to use one of these wee Indian poultry dishes, same idea, right, but it's easier to handle the pot with the handle. So normally what I do is, I'll just snap the candle. Obviously you can get smaller candles guys if you want. pop them in, put a couple in, get some AWOL wax there, okay. So, as you can see guys, nothing too spectacular. Couple of candles in a wee pot, put the ring on. I'd normally do this outside, but unfortunately I'm not allowed outside. So I'll bring these back once the wax is melted a wee bit. Sorry guys, just a wee quick note on this. Obviously with regards to health and safety, just be careful. Don't be doing anything daft. Like, as I said, I normally do this outside, but we're not allowed outside for the rest of the evening, and I was getting a bit bored, so I decided just to do a wee video. I've done it a couple of times in the house, but I've obviously used quite a lot of precaution. Never overfill, or if you're not sure, you've got to remember guys, when candles melt they turn into liquid, so if you're not sure of the capacity of the thing you're using, just use one candle at a time until all the wax is melted. Always keep it at a low heat, never put it on a high heat, because the first thing that's going to happen is the wax will burst into flame, because remember it is flammable. You also don't want it to the point where it's smoking and evaporating faster than you can use it, so just take your time. I've done this countless times. As I say, I use this to make my own firelights. A lot of other people have done the same thing. There's plenty of videos on it, but I thought I'd just do a wee video just to pass the time really. If anybody hasn't done it, then instead of going in and buying these, is it Zip firelighters and stuff for Tesco or any other big supermarkets for like £4 or £5 and they don't even work properly, these work great. So just, if you're doing it, start off slowly, be very, very careful, and use caution, err on the side of caution at any point. If you can do it outside in the garden, perfect. If you've got like a camping stove or something like that, ideal. If not guys, don't go daft, just take your time. Depending on the size of the pot or the bowl or whatever it is you're using to melt down the candles, just use one candle at a time, or half a candle if you're using the kind of long ones like this, like the big kind of long ones. Just take your time, don't be going daft and throwing them all in the pot, because it might be a case of when they melt down they'll overflow and you'll end up with wax everywhere and your other half won't be very happy. I've done this countless times using this method, so that's how I know. So as I said, I'll bring you back shortly, just waiting on the candles to kind of melt down. Once that's done, I'll show you the rest of the process. So as you can see guys, candles are starting to melt down nicely. So it takes a wee while, obviously because it is solidified wax, so I'll bring you back when they're finally done. Right guys and girls, as you can see, candles are all fully melted. Don't need to obviously worry about the wicks at the moment, just as long as you get the liquid. The one thing I'll say guys, don't ever try and do anything like this with your hands, right? I'm putting that right out there, because I have had people in the past. Now, I'm just going to prop these down here for a wee second guys. Okay, so you've got visuals on it. Now remember earlier on I had another two pieces of equipment. So I had the enamel plate and a set of tongs. Right, these will become clear. Now I'm going to set the enamel plate just there out. Just checking it all off there. So what you do is, see the wee cotton pads I was telling you about? That's in there. Take them by the tongs. Do not use your fingers. It's very, very, very burny. Just simply dip 2/3 into the wax and back out. The reason you do 2/3 is because you don't want the entire thing to be encased in wax. Now a lot of people use these with the Vaseline petroleum jelly. Similar idea. The problem is I find that when you're whitening the petroleum jelly, it's no, it doesn't really give you an even coating. So the way this works is, obviously gives you what's called a wax cake. So once the excess is all dripped off, this is where the enamel plate comes in. Simply set it there. Simple. And you repeat that process as many times as you can until all the wax is gone. Right. So all you're doing is just repeating that process over and over and over. You want to submerge them long enough so that the actual wax is time to impregnate into the pad. You just hold it over, obviously let the excess drip off into there. You just again work your way through. The reason you use the tongs is because you don't want burnt fingers, right? So normally metal tongs are fine for this, but I can't find mine. I don't know what I've done with them. I've probably got them in one of my boxes somewhere. So again, now don't worry about the smoke, guys, because obviously that's expected because it is hot wax. It's the same idea as a wax melter in the house, one of those scented candle things. So I'll carry on with this, guys. I'll bring these back in a wee bit once it's all finished. Okay guys, as you can see, used all the wax. The wicks from the candles and stuff, that's fine, that'll be about good. But from those four three candles, you can see how many I've got. So what you then do is, you obviously just allow them to sit and cool down. I know it looks like a bowl of prawn crackers, but once they've obviously cooled down, they'll become stiff and hard. So you can just, if they do stick together with the wax, just simply break them apart. Dead easy. But I'll bring these back for that bit anyway. Okay. Guys, sorry, the one thing I forgot to mention, or one of the added advantages of doing it this way, is when the wax cools, it actually waterproofs the cotton. So it means that even if you do get wet, you've still got a strong chance of getting a fire going, which is an added bonus. So, as I said, I'm just letting them cool down now, guys. Most of them are kind of almost ready. So what I'll do is I'm going to transfer them, sorry, I've got a shot there. I'm going to transfer them over into the wee balti dish, just to let them kind of cool down. I'll keep one or two out and I'll do a wee demonstration on what I'm talking about with regards to how easily you can use them to get a fire going. You can either use lighters, you can use ferro rods or fire steels. You might, the one thing I've not tried is a flint and steel. So you might very well be able to get if you catch one, you might the only drawback is if you catch it, the cotton's going to go, which means the wax will go, so you'll need to transfer it for your flint straight into your tinder bundle or whatever you're using, so it'll need to be quite quickly. So I'll bring this back to you seconds, guys, once I've transferred this over. And I do apologise for the old kind of Granda cardigan, it's just a bit chilly in here, so I put it on earlier on, but hey, I'm indoors, I'm comfortable. The only thing I've not got on is my slippers, and I've not got, in fact, there's one thing missing for this picture, guys. Hey guys, sorry about that.
Similar profile to the Scorpion.
Excuse me for a wee second, guys, sorry. It's because of the flowers in the hall. Oh, jeez, oh. I do apologise, guys. For any of you that know, hay fever sucks. Beaches. Anyway, right, so I have got, I'll move these back a wee bit, guys, so these are in shot. So I've got a wee enamel bowl here, nothing special, I just use this for testing one of the pads here. So what you generally do is, or what I generally do is, I'll break it at the edge. So you just kind of twist it. Because of the wax, it tends to be quite,
Right, we'll do 15 minutes.
so just generally fluff it up. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll try and kind of tear it open in the middle. I don't know how well this is going to work in the bowl. I normally do this on a flat surface, guys, so I do apologise. However, every day is a school day, so again, so those wee silly wee fine fibres, try and get as many of them as you can, just so it gives the rod something to catch. Sometimes what I'll actually do is just kind of tear it like that, and then try and tear it from the inside out, just so it's got more of a surface. That makes sense. So it's like that kind of fluffy stuff. Right, so here goes. Now, not using anything fancy, guys, just a wee cheap ferro rod I got off eBay for pennies, just a wee daft backup one. So here goes. Maybe help you. A wee second. And there we go. That was 3 or 4 strikes, guys, and we're off and running. Now, see how long this burns for. Right now, this is one of the ones that I made today. Don't worry, I do have the windows open. I've got the smoke alarm and stuff like that squared away. So has a good TV on the background. So, I mean, this will give you a good 3, maybe 4 minutes to get your fire going. I mean, it's not even burned halfway through. As you can see, I'll try and get you in shot there. So, as you can see, guys, that's why I put it in the enamel bowl on top of the cooker, just so it doesn't go anywhere. But that's burning away steadily. It's just going to work its way through the wax. So it means that if my wood or my kindling or my tinder is damp, it means that I can also use that opportunity with that flame to dry the stuff out. So just to err on the side of caution, guys, and then I'm going to extinguish it. Just to put some of your minds at ease, because I know a lot of you are sitting going, Jesus Christ, he's setting his house on fire. Watch this. That's the wax catching. You see, yeah, even it's eventually. So even if it's raining, you'll still have a good chance to get a fire going with them, which is one of the reasons why I started doing it. It is just very, very basic method, guys. It's just a simple wee DIY fire starter. So to reiterate, if you're going to do it, guys, preferably do it outside. Unfortunately, because of this lockdown thing, I've apparently went over my time because I get chinned earlier on with one of the community police support or one of the kiddie on coppers, because apparently one of my neighbours had said that I was out the house for more than 2 times today, heaven forbid. I understand the reason why a lot of people are panicking, and there's a lot of people flaunting it, so that was the reason why I had to do this in here today. So what you want is a wee pot, something you can use to melt down the wax. Again, guys, to reiterate, don't go daft with the candles at the start. Measure out how much space, when the candle's melted, how much space the liquid wax takes up. That way you can say, right, well, I can fit 2 in, or I can fit 3 in. Just don't go launching half a packet of candles in, and then the next thing you know, when the candles have all melted, the wax is overflowing and it's going everywhere. That's the one thing you don't want, because hot wax is an absolute nightmare. Have something that once you've dipped them in, you can put on, that you don't mind getting destroyed. Like I've got the old enamel plate there that I got from, it was a pound shop ages ago. So I'll never ever use that for anything other than this. So again, with the enamel bowl, same idea. This is its purpose now. The balti dish, you can pick them up for pound shops and stuff. Just make sure that you've got a fireproof surface underneath, because they will get hot. set of tongs so that you don't have to end up with burny fingers. Don't worry about this because obviously when that cools down, yeah, it just peels off. So again, I can throw that in there. It just means that you're not ending up with hot wax burning your fingers, unless you like that sort of thing. And just be careful, guys. It is very, very simple. Cotton pads, makeup cotton pads, you get for any kind of, you can get them for the pound shops, you can get them for chemists, you get Boots, Superdrug, all those kind of places. Makeup removing pads. Some people can, I've done it in the past, some people actually use ladies' sanitary items like tampons, because it's going to sound a bit crude, because you'll get the string, you can dunk them in like a tea bag and then put them on the plate or put them on your dish or whatever it is you're going to be using. So it's just a wee idea. It means that when you get where you're going camping, if you're getting a fire going, obviously, again, if you're having a fire, guys, be sensible about it. Don't go daft and think, oh, I'm going to have a big blazing fire. Just have a small controlled one. If there's no a fire scar there, dig the ground up to at least a foot. If you're in a pine forest or any sort of coniferous forest, don't have a fire directly on the ground, because the forest floor 9 times out of 10 will be full of dead pine needles, spruce boughs, things that are still full of resin, things that are flammable. So you might think, oh, it's okay, it's the fire's out, but the embers might be smouldering underground for miles and miles, and next thing you know, you got a forest fire popping up 6 miles away from where you were camping. So just be careful. If any of you have got any questions, any suggestions, any ideas, this was just a wee quick infill video, guys. I will be doing a couple other wee videos like this, just primarily to pass the time more than anything, but it's also to recover some basics that I learned years ago, and I've found them useful ever since. I mean, for example, they'll keep me going for months upon months on end, so I don't need to worry about them. Another thing you can use, or another idea you can use, would be using pine cones and dipping them in the wax. But it means that if you've got a wood burning stove, like a bush box or something like that, it's going to burn longer for you. So hopefully this has gave you a couple of ideas, guys. Oh, excuse me. Again, any comments, suggestions? Candles don't have to be anything special. It can be ones at the pound shop, it can be scented, whatever floats your boat. I'm no judgy. Just be careful. The one thing I will reiterate, guys, is it's hot wax. It can cause burns, and obviously depending on how you're processing the candles down, if you're using a stove, if you're using like I was using the cooker, obviously this will all be cleaned over, disinfected and stuff like that once it's cooled down. But whichever method you're using, please, please, please be careful, because the last thing I want is anybody to think that injuries were caused by doing something I've shown you how to do. I've gave you the basics, guys, gave you the kind of guidelines. It's down to use to show a bit of common sense. So hopefully this will help you, save you a bit of money, and obviously help you on your camping experiences, or even just sitting out in the back garden if you've got a wee fire pit going. If you're in isolation, you want to get the fire going, a wee bit of ambience, maybe a couple of drinks, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, guys, because I'm starting to waffle. Got my dinner in the oven. I'm going to get these organised, put them into a wee pouch, put them in amongst my fire starting box so that I know they're there, and have a wee chill out night. So from me to you, cheers, all the best, and I shall see you on the next one, guys. Take care.